course that I'm teaching at Alliance University is part of the GLA program, which is for post-undergrad students, and it's on the just energy transition, but specifically on how the law, policy and regulation can assist us to move from a high carbon world into a low carbon future and a low carbon economy. And it's looking at perspectives from the global level to the local level. And so what's unique about it as well is that it centers not just the law, but the contexts in which different people or societies and communities come from. Does holistic thinking help us think better about the just transition? Absolutely. But specific to the question on liberal arts, the nature of liberal arts itself is about interdisciplinarity. It's about thinking more broadly and taking different perspectives. So it's an absolute yes to that answer, because when we're talking about the transition or transformation of society, that starts with the transformation of thinking and paradigms, and specifically education. Energy issues have a significant impact on social issues or on the social world, because the whole essence of energy is about enjoying what we call modern life. And modern life is powered by energy, whether you're thinking of your mobile phone or entertainment or the internet, or you're thinking about more basic things like access to clean water and cooking. So energy is fundamental to modern life as we know it, and therefore whenever affordable, accessible and clean energy is available for all, the social contexts then are transformed. And as we've seen with the internet revolution, energy has enabled new forms of access to not just knowledge but other people around the world. Like this video might be viewed by someone from a rural area as much as it will be viewed by someone in a developed country. How's law related to philosophy and politics? They are totally intertwined in a variety of reasons, both in a theoretical way and in a practical way. First, there's a branch of law known as jurisprudence. And if you see how law has evolved, it evolved from philosophical thought. That's the first thing. But secondly, a lot of philosophy, history, and politics are infused into the law. For example, there's a question of whether policy precedes law or law precedes policy. And so if you think of just how laws are made around the world, they're made by parliament, and parliament is made of representatives of people who are elected through a political process, and therefore their political thought is reflected in the laws. And conversely, the law can actually guide what types of policies are implementable. And all these things are founded on rational thinking or certain types of theories, which then can be termed as philosophy. So they're intricately intertwined. The major climate change issues that students should be thinking about for me is everything. However, if a gun were to be held to my head and I had to pick certain issues, I'd say probably the categories. The first thing is, what is the climate challenge? Just getting an understanding that climate change is real, has an impact in how we live our lives, and has a profound effect on what the planet will look like in the future. So just recognizing that climate change is a problem is the first thing that's really important. But secondly, what are the common problems? How can we address them? Do we have common solutions? And so we need to have tiered thinking from the international to the local. What are the international issues and how do they trickle down to the local level? And what are the local challenges that ideally should be considered at international level? And this is why I'm quite passionate about the role of the law, policy and regulation in all this, because it then creates binding obligations or creates certain or crystallizes certain norms into actionable points. So what I would say is, in your context, what are the solutions that can be generated? What is the scale of the problem? Because this is a systemic challenge and therefore it's complex, but each one of us has a role. As long as you draw breath, you can be part of the solution. But also, you can call people with greater power, whether that be economic or political power, to account to make the difference.